Right now, it's 10 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock, and we've got our eye on the dog spot now with Gal Skinner from Dog Emporium on the M125 at Porsches. Well, it seems like ages we've seen you. But first and foremost, I must thank you and your team for all the birthday wishes they tried to send to me last week, and they couldn't get through. And I'll tell you for why. There were so many of them. In the end, my phone battery went dead, and I left it that way until Monday morning.
You're a very popular guy, Owen, and it's good to be back.
Yeah, nice to have you. Well, talking about numbers, what's this going on at, particularly this time of year, with so many dogs and even cats reported missing or found? What's happening?
Yeah, it's getting a bit crazy at the moment, and we've got some people out there. I've got one source who's an amazing lady, Wendy Frost, and she does so much for rehoming animals and reuniting them with their owners. And she's given me some stats that she's worked out from the beginning of January up until July. And there's something like 1,077 dogs and cats have been either gone missing or they've been reported found. The small percentage of these have been reunited with their owners. So there's 296 dogs and 21 cats are reunited. So we would like to know what's happened to the rest of them.
Well, that's the big question, is it? Where's the rest of them?
Yeah, well, one of the dogs was returned to the owner, and the owner didn't want him, so he was possibly abandoned to start with.
But the dog's probably better off without him anyway.
Definitely. And then there are 15 dogs that were adopted and 2 cats. These are animals that somebody has found, and then they've either kept them themselves or they've found another home for them because they've failed to find the owners. Then there were 27 dogs and cats which unfortunately were killed on the roads. And this is a big problem, especially at this time of year with so much traffic about.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of dogs unfortunately died in one of the municipal kennels, and 2 dogs died under very strange circumstances. So this is 53 animals of that 1,077 that are accounted for. And add in the 317 who were reunited.
700 odd? 700 odd
Leaves.
Unaccounted for then, yeah?
Exactly. 707 animals since January until July, which are unaccounted for. Where are they? Have they been found? Have they been returned to their owners? We've got so many different animal charities out there, and they're all doing really, really good work, but there needs to be a central database where we can put all this information together, because if a dog goes missing in Tavira, it's not necessarily going to be found in Lagos if the people are unaware of it. And if somebody sees the dog on the road, picks it up, they're driving to wherever they're going and they drop it off at the nearest charity to them or the nearest kennel, it never gets reunited with the owner. So it's so important that you put identity discs onto your dogs and your cats. It's good enough that they have the microchip, and it's law that they have to have a microchip and they have to have an ID tag. If they're not registered, it's pointless having the microchip. So you need to register them with your Junta de Freguesia and make sure that you keep the information updated as well.
Yeah, and have your personal number, not the name of the animal, on the tag. I always think is a good idea.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to steal an animal, they'd know its name.
It is a good idea. My cat, Vincent, is walking around with my dog Ace's collar tag on his collar, and somebody phoned me the other day to say that they'd found the cat, and I was really stressed. I thought, oh my gosh, they phoned to tell me that they found him and he's been run over by a car or something. No, they just found him and they were making a fuss of him. And I said, well, that's very nice. And I said, well, where did you find him? And they said, oh, they found him here in the, in the little green area in the village. And I was like, well, yeah, that's okay, because he lives in the village. So it was nice that somebody was concerned and that somebody called. So these ID tags do work.
Yeah. And basically, if you've got an animal, be responsible. Keep them in a fenced garden, or if you take them out, keep them on a lead.
Definitely keep them on a lead, especially now. There's so many people around and there's so much going on that these dogs do get stressed and they can run off. If they run off, then there's a whole procedure that you need to do. You need to act promptly. It is so, so important. There's a website that you can go onto called encontra-me.org, where you can post a description of the dog and photos, and other people that have found dogs will go onto the site. It's important that we get this out there to the people. Also on Facebook, there's Missing Pets Algarve, which is a lovely page to go on. There's all the dogs that are found, all the cats that have been rehomed. Everything's going on that page. It's a great page to go on to if you find a dog or if you're looking for your dog or your cat. It's important also to take posters around to the municipal kennels, to the vets, to pet shops, to rescue centres, to anywhere where you think there are going to be, people involved with animals. The more people that know you've lost a dog or you've found a dog, the more chance we have of reuniting.
Absolutely. Let it be known. Well, just briefly, it's nice to see you, and we've been following Key and his training as an assistance dog. What's he done? Very quickly, as we are running out of time.
Very quickly, Key and I are getting out and about into the community, and we're doing presentations at the local schools in the new term. So if there are any groups out there who are interested in learning more about these dogs, these amazing assistance dogs, and what they can do for people, or just dog training in general, please contact us, and we're more than welcome and more than willing to come round and give a chat or a presentation or demonstration to any groups, people, anybody interested.
Anywhere in the Algarve.
Anywhere in the Algarve,
From the border right through to the west coast.
Definitely, we'll travel.
Well, there we are. If you want any information on that or any of the other canine issues we've addressed on the Dog Spot this morning, please feel free to get hold of Gal Skinner and the lovely team at Dog Emporium. Check them out on www.dogemporium.pt.